Math quiz number 6. As this is quiz number 6, I'm assuming you've watched my other videos, so I'm going to skip all the intro stuff and just get into the questions. As a quick reminder, I do not own any of the questions presented in this video. They were sourced off the open internet. This video is a study guide and for educational purposes. Let's get into the questions. Question number 1. How many feet of water would be in a tank if the pressure gauge at the base of the tank read 15 psi? A. 35 feet, B. 32 feet, C. 40 feet, or D. 30 feet. Question 2. The diameter of a tank is 60 feet. Without refilling of the tank, in one day, the water depth dropped from 25 feet to 21 feet. How many gallons of water were used that day? A. 84,554 gallons, B. 78,920 gallons, C. 92,310 gallons, or D. 77,500 gallons. Question 3. A filter is 5 feet wide and 15 feet long. The desired backwash rate is 5 gallons per minute per square foot. What backwash flow is needed? A. 7,075 gallons per minute, B. 3,075 gallons per minute, C. 750 gallons per minute, or D. 375 gallons per minute. Question 4. How many pounds of caustic soda are required to be mixed with 50 gallons of water to produce a 12% solution? A. 60 pounds, B. 6 pounds, C. 50.04 pounds, or D. 49.12 pounds. Question 5. A water plant uses 50% caustic soda to raise the pH of the water. The target dose is 30 milligrams per liter, and they treat 500 gallons per minute. The specific gravity of 50% caustic soda is 1.53. How many gallons of caustic soda will need to be fed? A. 28.2 gallons, B. 15 gallons, C. 5 gallons, or D. 40 gallons. Alright, I tricked you this time. I put the answers sooner in the video. Question 1 was A, question 2 was A, question 3 was D, question 4 was C, and question 5 was A. Alright, next part of the video, I'm going to solve the questions step by step. Hopefully this helps you. Question 1. How many feet of water would be in a tank if the pressure gauge at the base of the tank read 15 psi? So what we know is that 1 foot of water head is equal to 0.433 psi. Also, 1 psi is equal to 2.31 foot of water head. We're going to solve using both of these. So as always with unit conversion, what you want to cancel goes on the bottom. It's dead, it's buried, it's underneath. So we have 15 psi. So for 1 foot of water head is equal to 0.433 psi. The 0.433 psi is going to go on the bottom. And for the 1 psi is equal to 2.31 foot of water head. The 2.31 feet is going to go on the top so that the psi cancels out. So we're going to do our multiplication. So 15 times 1 over 0.433 psi. Your psi cancel out. That ends up being division. And your 15 psi times 2.31 foot over 1 psi. Psi cancels out. And your answers are 34.64 feet and 34.65 feet. So they are a little different, but when you round, they're both going to be A, 35 feet. Question 2 was, the diameter of a tank is 60 feet. Without refilling of the tank in one day, the water depth dropped from 25 feet to 21 feet. How many gallons of water were used that day? So first, let's pull our known and our unknowns from our question. What we know is the diameter is 60 feet, the starting level was 25 feet, the ending level was 21 feet, and what we're looking for is how many gallons were used. Gallons used is a volume question, and they gave us diameter, so we're using volume is equal to 0.785 times diameter squared times the height. And like I said, they gave us the diameter, 60 feet, but they didn't give us the height, so we're going to have to do some math. All right, so our start level was 25 feet, and our ending level was 21 feet. So to find the height for the problem, we're going to subtract 21 feet from 25 feet. And when you do that, you get the answer of 4 feet. So now we're going to plug our values into our formula. So we have 0.785 times the diameter squared, 60 feet, times itself, times the height of 4 feet. And when you do the math, you get a volume of 11,304 cubic feet. Now it's looking for gallons, so we need to do our conversion. There are 7.48 gallons in a cubic foot. Remember, set this up so that what you want cancels goes on the bottom. So we have a volume of 11,304 cubic feet times 7.48 gallons over a cubic foot. The cubic foots and feetsies are going to cancel out. And your answer is 84,553.92 gallons. And that will round to A, 84,554 gallons. Question number 3. A filter is 5 feet wide and 15 feet long. The desired backwash rate is 5 gallons per minute per square foot. What backwash flow is needed? So let's start by pulling our known and our unknowns out of the question. So what we know is the width of the filter is 5 feet, the length is 15 feet, we need a backwash rate of 5 gallons per minute per square foot, and what we don't know is the flow needed. The formula for backwash pumping rate, gallons per minute, is equal to backwash rate gallons per minute square foot times the filter surface area square foot. So let's plug everything into our formula. So we had a backwash rate of 5 gallons per minute per square foot times the area, so 5 foot times 15 foot of the filter. Do your math, 5 times 15 first. That gives you 75 square feet. Now remember, it's 5 gallons per minute per square foot, so we're going to cancel the square feet out. And the answer is 375 gallons per minute. All right, question 4. How many pounds of caustic soda are required to be mixed with 50 gallons of water to produce a 12% solution? Now, if you're here because you got the answer 6 and wondering why that's wrong, let's walk through it and I'll show you why. All right, let's start known and unknowns. What you know is that you have 50 gallons of water. Your desired solution is 12%, and we're looking for how many pounds we need. So the answer we're looking for is in pounds. So if you did this on your own and got 6, that's because you did 50 gallons times 0.12, which is 6, but that's gallons. We need pounds. So the formula for that's going to be 8.34 pounds per gallon times the volume of the water, so that it's in pounds, times the percent strength of the solution as a decimal. So remember, it's 8.34 pounds per gallon times 50 gallons of water. So your gallons are going to cancel out and then leave you with pounds. And then we're going to times that by the 12%, so by 0.12. So the 50 gallons times 8.34 pounds per gallon left you with 417 pounds. Now we multiply that by the 12% as a decimal, 0.12. So 417 times 0.12 equals 50.04 pounds, because again, we were looking for pounds needed. Question 5. A water plant uses 50% caustic soda to raise the pH of the water. The target dose is 30 milligrams per liter, and they treat 500 gallons per minute. The specific gravity of 50% caustic soda is 1.53. How many gallons of caustic soda will need to be fed? First, let's pull our known and our unknowns out of our question. So what you know is the purity of the caustic soda is 50%. The desired dose is 30 milligrams per liter. The flow is 500 gallons per minute. The specific gravity is 1.53. And we're looking for how many gallons of caustic need to be fed. So the first step is going to be the feed rate pounds per day formula, which is dosage milligrams per liter times flow mgd times 8.34 pounds per gallon. And the first step is going to be to convert that 500 gallons per minute to mgd. So we're going to do 500 gallons per minute times 1,440 minutes in a day. And that gives you 720,000 gallons per day. Now we need to convert that to MGD. So we're going to divide it by 1 million. And that gives us 0.72 MGD. So now we can plug all of this into our formula. So you have a dosage of 30 milligrams per liter times the flow of 0.72 MGD times 8.34 pounds per gallon. After doing your multiplication, you should have got an answer of 180.144 pounds per day. Now this is 50% caustic soda, so you're going to need to divide by the percent as a decimal, so by 0.5. So 180.144 divided by 50% as a decimal, so 0.5. And you get 360.288 pounds per day. And remember, it was 50%, so the number should have gotten bigger because you need more of it. So we have 360.288, but this is pounds, and we're looking for gallons. All right, to find how many pounds per gallon of caustic soda, we're going to do 8.34 pounds per gallon, the standard of water, times the specific gravity of 1.53. When you do that, you get 12.7602 pounds per gallon for caustic soda. So I've written this math problem so you can see how it's going to cancel out. So you had 360.288 pounds per day, and 1 gallon of caustic soda weighs 12.7602 pounds. And to get this to convert, you put that on the bottom so that the pounds cancel out. So you do division, and the answer is 28.235, which rounds to 28.2 gallons. So there we have it, math quiz number 6. Hopefully you got some practice. Hope you learned some things. Thanks.